Hello and welcome. You're watching Today in Parliament with me, Aishwarya Kapoor, and these are the headlines. Discussion on devastation caused by cyclones Gaj and Titli slated in both houses, calling attention on matter in Rajya Sabha. Discussion under Rule 193 in Lok Sabha. Bills on education reforms in the upper house. National Council for Teacher Education Amendment Bill in Rajya Sabha. Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Amendment Bill 2018 also in the upper house. Bill on education reforms in upper house. National Council for Teacher Education Amendment Bill in Rajya Sabha. Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Amendment Bill 2018 also in the upper house. And the Representation of the People Amendment Bill 2018 in the Rajya Sabha. Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad to move for consideration and passage. Consumer Protection Bill in the lower house. Several important legislative agendas are listed in both houses of Parliament today. In the Rajya Sabha, 3 bills are slated for consideration. These include the National Council for Teacher Education Amendment Bill 2018, the Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Amendment Bill 2018 and the Representation of the People Amendment Bill 2018. The Nalanda University Amendment Bill 2013 is listed for withdrawal. And in the Lok Sabha, the New Delhi International Arbitration Centre Bill 2018 and the Consumer Protection Bill 2018 are listed for consideration and passage. And discussion is slated in both houses today on the issue of devastation caused by cyclones Gaj and Titli in some states of the country. In the Rajya Sabha, they will be calling attention to matter of urgent public importance. V. Maitriyan, D. Raja, Kanimuri, Tiruchi Siva and CM Ramesh will call the attention of the Home Minister to the situation arising due to the devastation caused by cyclones Gaj and Titli in some states. They will also seek to know the action taken by the government in the matter. And in the Lok Sabha, there will be a discussion under Rule 193. Bharat Ruhari Mahatab and V. Venugopal will raise a discussion on natural calamities in various parts of the country, particularly in Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Odisha, with special reference to cyclones like Gaj, Titli, etc. Our colleague Kriti Mishra is now joining us from Parliament. Kriti, effectively it is going to be the second day of the winter session of Parliament, the second functional day. And yesterday we saw only one bill passed by the Rajya Sabha. What all is expected today?
Well, yesterday we saw that the Rajya Sabha witnessed disruptions. Of course, one bill was passed, but today, remember, Aishwarya, it's a very important day because there's a calling attention motion on the issue of destruction caused by cyclone Gaj and Titli. You may recall that cyclone Gaj made a landfall on Tamil Nadu coast on 16th of November, wreaking havoc as it moved through the coastal areas of Tamil Nadu. Similarly, cyclone Titli hit the Odisha coast on 11th of October, causing large-scale destruction and devastation. So the members in the Rajya Sabha like V. Maitriyan, Tiruchi Siva, D. Raja and Kanimuri, CM Ramesh would call the attention of the Home Minister, and the discussion would be focused on devastation caused and also rehabilitation. So certainly a very important day in the Rajya Sabha. There are also important bills that are lined up to be taken in the upper house. So let's see how the day progresses ahead. Over to you, Aishwarya.
Right. Thank you so much, Kriti, for all those updates there from Parliament. And the upper house is also slated to take up the Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Amendment Bill 2018. The bill seeks to further amend the Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act of 2009. It has been passed by the Lok Sabha. And HRD Minister Prakash Javadekar will move the National Council for Teacher Education Amendment Bill 2018. The bill seeks to further amend the National Council for Teacher Education Act 1993. This bill has been passed by the Lok Sabha. And Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad will move the Representation of the People Amendment Bill 2018. The bill seeks to further amend the Representation of the People Act 1950 and the Representation of the People Act 1951. It has been passed by the Lok Sabha. And also, Ram Vilas Paswan will move the Consumer Protection Bill 2018. The bill seeks to provide for the protection of the interests of consumers and for the said purpose to establish authorities for timely and effective administration and settlement of consumers' disputes. And Ravi Shankar Prasad will move the New Delhi International Arbitration Centre Bill 2018. The bill seeks to provide for the establishment and incorporation of the New Delhi International Arbitration Centre for the purpose of creating an independent and autonomous regime for institutionalized arbitration. And talking about the Lok Sabha now. In Lok Sabha, B.Y. Raghavendra will take oath or make affirmation. He represents the Shimoga parliamentary constituency from Karnataka. He will sign the roll of members and take his seat in the House. And also in the Lok Sabha today, obituary reference will be made today. The reference will be made to the passing away of M.H. Ambarish, who was a member of the 12th, 13th and the 14th Lok Sabhas. And Jitendra Singh will lay on the table of the Rajya Sabha papers relating to the annual report and accounts of the Northeastern Space Application Centre, Shillong, Meghalaya for the year 2017-18. He will also lay on the table the annual report and accounts of the Physical Research Laboratory, Ahmedabad for the year 2017-18 and the annual report and accounts of the National Atmospheric Research Laboratory, Andhra Pradesh for the year 2017-18. And several questions will be asked in the Rajya Sabha today, for which oral answers will be given by ministers concerned. N. Gokul Krishnan will ask the Minister of External Affairs whether it is a fact that India has been asked to shut down its field office at Biratnagar in Nepal, set up way back in the year 2008. D. Kupendra Reddy will ask the Minister of Human Resources whether government provides interest-free loans to students. Amar Singh will ask the Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs whether it is a fact that the Delhi metro stations have become a den of criminals, where a large number of cases of carrying arms, snatching of ornaments, mobiles, etc. are reported almost daily. Kapil Sibal will ask the Minister of Women and Child Development the details of women's shelter homes, cases of abuse and harassment reported and status of such cases, along with the details of their management during the last 3 years. D. Raja will ask the Minister of Human Resource Development whether government's attention has been drawn to the UNESCO's 2019 Global Education Monitoring Report, which was released recently, where it is stated that 80% of the migrant children across 7 Indian cities do not have access to education near work sites. And that's the wrap on this edition of Today in Parliament. Do stay tuned. The proceedings of the Upper House are going to begin in a while from now. Thanks for watching.